Happy Wednesday. Happy Mind Your Wednesday. So I decided I would sit outside and do this little chat with you guys today. I hope you don't mind. There goes a bird by. So if you hear a bird chirping or a car passing by or just nature, it's because I'm sitting outside today. So today I wanted to talk with you about cycles. I came across this movie called Naked on Netflix, and yeah, it's kind of not what you think, kind of not what I was thinking, but I saw Marlon Wayans and Regina Hall on the picture for the movie, so I just clicked on it, really not knowing what the movie was going to be about. But it essentially was a modern day take on the old movie Groundhog Day that Bill Murray was in years ago. So in this movie, he kept repeating the same day. He was in a loop. The caption on the description of the movie said that he was in a loop on his wedding day. So he kept waking up naked in the elevator. And thinking about even Groundhog Day, and after watching this movie, it made me think about cycles and people that are in cycles in their lives. And like he was in the cycle in this movie, repeating the same day, trying to get to his wedding day. And what I took from this, or thought about from this and Groundhog Day, is that they had to do certain things in order to stop repeating the day. And I had to write them down so I can remember to share with you guys. So what I got, one, they had to acknowledge that they were in a cycle, that they kept repeating the same day. Now, sometimes it took a little bit. Well, in the movie, it took a little bit for them to realize that they kept waking up on the same day, right? So first, when you're in a cycle, you have to realize and acknowledge that you're actually in a cycle. Second I got is that they had to accept that they were in a cycle. And reason I say accept is because after you acknowledge it, after they acknowledged it, they got frustrated. They got angry. They started doing mean things to the people that they kept repeatedly seeing on those days, even though it was just a regular day for them, because they knew they were going to go to sleep, or something was going to happen, and they were going to repeat the same day. So they had to accept at some point, okay, I keep repeating this day, right? So they had to acknowledge it, and then they had to accept that they were in this cycle. After acknowledging and accepting that they were in the cycle, they had to make some adjustments to themselves. So they had to stop and they had to think about, why do I keep repeating this day? What am I doing wrong? What has me in this cycle that I may be missing? Because one thing I realized about being in a cycle, or even having a test or something testing you in your life, until you figure it out and make the adjustment, you're going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. So after making that adjustment, they could advance to the next day, which means they break the cycle and get out of the loop of repeating the same thing and progress and move on. So in the cycles in our lives, I remember, some years ago, I think it was always around October, kind of around my birthday, that I would find myself in a situation. I'd be like, why am I always here? Or how do I always end up here? And I was in this cycle. I would find myself there, and whatever I was doing initially to get out of it, to go on to something else, seemingly wasn't really the fix. It was just kind of like a quick fix, but nothing really changed. So I found myself back in the same situation, doing the same thing. So I had to acknowledge, one, that I was in that cycle. Two, I had to accept that, okay, maybe I'm here because of something that I need to change or fix. Then I had to make the adjustment in my behavior, in my choices, and my decisions to not continue to repeat that. And then I was able to move on. Now, one thing I have learned, once you're faced with a test or something in your life, more than likely another test is going to come, or something's going to come. But if you're aware or more aware and you can acknowledge it sooner, you won't repeat the same cycle for so long or even get stuck in the cycle to begin with. So acknowledge, accept, adjust, and advance is my takeaways from watching the movie the other day. So if you're in the cycle, just think of those 4 things that I just said. Acknowledge it, acknowledge that you're there, accept that you're there for a reason, and that reason is something that you can change. Once you figure out what that is, make the adjustment. And once you make that adjustment, you can advance and move on to the next thing. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed our little chat today. I'm fanning because it's a little warm. I told you I was outside. But I hope you guys have a great day, and thank you again for joining me today. And if nobody's told you today that they love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Be a great day.